Hey guys, welcome to a new movie. Today we're doing Furiosa, a Mad Max story. It's a spin-off kind of thing, or a prequel to the Mad Max Fury Road movie that came out a couple years ago. Actually, almost like maybe a decade. It came out a long time ago. It had Tom Hardy in it, different plays Venom and stuff. So I have not seen any of the Mad Max movies. This is my first one. I do feel like it's very much you can watch this one and don't have to see any of the other ones. It makes me want to go back and watch Fury Road, and I did want to watch it at some point, so I'm probably going to do that at some point. And I might go back and watch the really old ones with small Mel Gibson at some point, like Thunderdome and those ones at some point. Definitely, because these are all movies that I kind of, in my genre and stuff I would like anyway, so I probably will go back and see them. But like the Fury Road is a long movie. It's like 2 hours and a half. It's almost 3 hours. I don't think it's 3 hours, but it's like 2 hours and a half. It's a long movie, and if you can feel it. But I think it was good throughout the entirety of the movie. It was good. Jump into general thoughts. I love this movie. This is one of maybe my favorite movies of the year. I don't know. It's up there definitely for sure. This is one of the movies I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed it. Just the vibe, the feel, everything about it. Just I like. I mean, Joe Taylor, Chris Hemsworth's character played very well. It's like great. So let's jump into it. This is a story about obviously Furiosa. It's part of the Mad Max saga. It's a prequel to the other movie about the character Furiosa. But I don't know if she's in that movie. Like I said, I have not seen that movie. I don't know if she's in it or what the deal is. But this is about Furiosa. It starts off with her as a kid, and then she gets taken by these guys, because these guys come into her place with like a place with trees and all that stuff. It's like a very sacred place where you're not supposed to. They're trying to keep it secret so people don't come in and take everything. And then obviously she gets taken. She tries to stop them or does something, and she gets taken. Or tries to take stuff from them or stop their bikes, and then she gets taken. And then obviously they took Furiosa, and then they have to get the mom, and so they go after him, but then the mom just goes after her. It's like, you have to hear him protect her, I'll go after her. And the mom goes after her to protect her, and then she goes and meets, she gets taken to, can't remember the name of the character's name. Who does Chris Hemsworth play? I can't remember his character name. I know it, like I can see it in kind of my head, like I kind of like, it's on the top of my tongue, but I don't know. He meets him, and he's a fun, I love Chris Hemsworth as a character in this, because he is definitely like, I want to say a villain, definitely. But also, it's kind of, in a world like this, it's hard to say, like, who's a villain, who's not. In a world like this, because it's kind of like, how do you quantify what's a good guy, what's a bad guy, who's a villain, who's not. It's very interesting. It's a very interesting one, so it's hard to quantify, like, stuff like that. Who's good, who's bad. Obviously, Furiosa is definitely, I would say, a good character. And they're all good characters, but takes her. Then obviously the mom comes and tries to save her. The mom gets captured. Chris Hemsworth killed. Obviously they kill the mom, and then the criminal sister takes her and keeps her for a little bit. And then eventually she escapes or gets out of it. Goes to another place, but also they done in chapters, so I like the chapter element of it with done chapters, and it feels like this is like an odyssey. It was like going on Furiosa's like odyssey, like the old it's like a big giant odyssey, and she's going through like the chapters and like going through this thing, all these trials and all this stuff to get revenge on this person who killed her mom. That's basically what it comes down to. Now he wants to get back, but he wants to kill the guy who killed the mom, Chris Hemsworth's character. They go on a big journey, her joining these other people, and the other guys take him. I don't know the names of, like I said, I'm not as versed. Other than Furiosa, can't remember any names. I'm not, like I said, I've never seen any else. Not like Fury Road characters. There's the other guy who runs the other base. He was like the leader, who was in the last one, I believe. They go, and eventually like Furiosa goes away, somehow gets to that place, and he escapes and becomes like a person who works with the building, the stuff with the cars and doing stuff, and going on like raids and stuff as he fights and stuff. There's a lot of fighting, and then he meets, eventually there's a place called Gas Town where there's gas. They take us to there, and whatever the guy is, Chris Hemsworth's character, basically like takes over like Gas Town. It's like, we'll do gas, we own Gas Town, we took it over, you gotta give me stuff, and then we'll do trades or whatever. And eventually tries to take over everything, like, because he's a bad guy, kinda. But eventually Furiosa meets this guy who helps him on her journey. Like, hey, this guy who wants to help him, like, I'll help you, toughen you up, teach some things, and then you can go off and do whatever. And they eventually try to go off at one point, I think, together. But then obviously something happens. Chris Hemsworth's character, they have a lot of fight scenes in this stuff, which is great. Car chases, fights, all kind of stuff. I guess then obviously he dies, and she also loses her hand at that point. She goes back to the guy who was running like Gas Town, or not. I know Chris Hemsworth owned it, but the guy who was kind of like who they were trading with, Gas Town. I forget his name. The guy with the stuff on his face, mask, whatever thing on his face. But go back to him, and she does that. Talk to them about, hey, they're gonna do this thing. They're gonna attack you. If you go to Gas Town, it's all gonna be like a trick for them to come here and attack everything. And then they make a plan, and then she builds herself a robot arm. I'm like, cool, guys, because in the trailer of this show with a robot arm, so you know that's coming. And I'm like, cool, we see how that happens, how she lost her arm and got it. Lost the guy who she really cared about, so she's losing people left and right. But this guy who he doesn't like. So eventually she goes after him, and like they kind of go off in different ways, and she goes off to take him. Like he's with a couple guys, and they all go off like in 3 different directions, and so you have to figure out, okay, which one is actually him, which one's not. Eventually gets to him and kills him, and then goes back and saves these girls or whatever at the end. Fun movie, and I feel like I might be forgetting stuff, but it's a long movie, and I wanted to make it enough. Didn't want to make the video super long. Okay, so what do I give Furiosa Mad Max? I could give it a 9. I think it's a really solid movie. Really enjoyed it. Had a lot of fun. It is a little long, but other than that, that's not even a bad thing. It's long, so that movie I'll probably watch again, but it's a movie I will watch again at some point, because it's good. I wouldn't mind watching it again. Maybe down the line at some point. It's good. So what do you guys think? Furiosa Mad Max Cycle, let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, you can always stay epic, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.